Hello everyone, welcome to Best Recipes with Sharon. So in these beautiful fall days and with Thanksgiving in mind, here's another great recipe, peanut butter cheesecake bars. These taste absolutely heavenly, and they're not a lot of fuss to make. Before we start, just another reminder that my cookbook is available on Amazon, and I have provided a quick link in the description below this video. Okay, so let's get back to making these delicious squares. Start with a large mixing bowl and line a 9x9 inch cake pan with parchment paper, leaving a little extra over the edges so that it's easier to remove the squares when they're done. So to make the base for this, we'll need Oreo cookies. You can use the originals or the double stuffed ones, it doesn't matter. The frosting that's in the middle of the cookies actually serve their own purpose. It helps to hold the base for the squares together. This is kind of a messy ordeal, but it's okay to put it in a Ziploc and crush it with a rolling pin, or you can actually use a blender to crush them. Add 2 cups of crushed Oreos to the large mixing bowl. Then we'll melt some real butter, and we'll measure out about 6 tablespoons of melted butter and add that to the crushed cookies. Mix that together until it's really well combined and it starts to hold together. Then dump this into the bottom of your prepared 9x9 inch pan. Spread that out evenly to all the sides. I used a spatula, but I ended up getting my fingers in there and pressing down a little bit more because you want this base to be nice and firm in order to hold the cheesecake filling that we're going to be putting on top of this. And we're not going to be baking this, so we have to make sure it's very firmly put into the pan to start with. Okay, so now we'll go on to making the filling. We use a large mixing bowl for that as well. So of course using a separate one. And we'll get 2 250-gram packages of cream cheese that's been softened or left at room temperature, and add 2 cups of icing sugar or confectioner's sugar, and then 1 cup of smooth peanut butter, and finally 1 teaspoon of pure vanilla. Now we'll let the mixer do the rest of the work. So I place it on the mixer stand and add the whisk attachment and beat this until it becomes smooth and creamy. It will take a few minutes because it starts out kind of clumpy, but it will smooth out and turn a lighter color like this, and you will have to scrape down the sides of the bowl a few times. But it will turn out nice and smooth and creamy like this, and it is absolutely delicious. So this filling is no bake. This is as easy as it is. So you remove the whisk attachment and simply scrape down the sides of the bowl. Get a large spoon and mix it so that you make sure everything is well combined right from the bottom up. And it will be very thick like this. This is going to be so yummy. So go ahead and scoop that in on top of your Oreo cookie base. And I use the spatula to smooth it out so that it's nice and even on top. And now for the final touch. Today I'm just using about a cup of semi-sweet chocolate chips, placing them in the microwave and melting them, and just putting that over the top. Now I'll spread that out nice and evenly, and then I'm going to probably decorate it with a little bit of white chocolate as well. So I'll show you, you can just keep watching as to what I'm doing with that. However, if you just melt chocolate, it will harden up quite stiff. If you want to make it softer, you can just make it into a little bit of a ganache, which means just add a little bit of milk with it, just a teaspoon or 2 when you're melting the chocolate. You can add a little vanilla if you like, but that'll make a softer chocolate base. I wanted it to be a little crisper with my lines when it hardened, and so I was just using just simply melted chocolate. So totally up to you what you want to do with that, and decorate it however you want. There's no set fast way as to how you have to do it, and you don't have to be super fussy about it. It doesn't take much to make it look good. Now this has to set in the fridge for quite a few hours, so it's preferable that you set it in the fridge for overnight or 6 to 8 hours so that it has a chance to set completely. Once it's set, remove it from the refrigerator and remove the parchment paper off of the bottom. Cut it in whatever size squares you would like. Use a nice sharp knife so that you get crisp lines. I cut mine into about 2-inch squares. Easy, right? So you go ahead and give it a try. And I hope you enjoyed today's video, and thanks so much for watching. And until next time, happy eating.